I'm Marie Vinggaard. I'm the coordinator of Panoramix. In the first phase of the project, we have focused on chemical mixtures across the environment, food, and human continuum. So we have created samples from the environment, food, and human tissue to be as representative for the European situation as possible. So we have pooled various water samples that represent the environment, 5 different water samples: wastewater, clean and unclean, surface water, bottled water, and drinking water. We have selected the fish and milk as the food samples and have created extracts of cow milk, conventional and organic, and on human breast milk. And then we have focused on human serum samples from adult humans or from human cord blood. And with these total of 16 extracts, we have tested those in a panel of around 20 bioassays that are relevant for reproductive toxicity and neurotoxicity. And then we have made a chemical profiling of these samples. And this is what this pitch is about. We ask the questions: which chemical mixtures exist across these environmental, food, and human samples? We have been doing suspect screening of these 16 extracts. And the work was done at Uniris in France. And we have identified a lot of chemicals in wastewater, 337, in human serum, 160, tap water, 67, human milk, 46, fish, 45, in cow milk, 28 chemicals. And of course, these numbers of chemicals are dependent on the extraction procedures that we've been using. We have been focusing mostly on the hydrophilic compounds and not so much on the old pops, you can say. So, and what was a surprise was here's shown a picture of the distribution of chemicals that we identified in human serum. And we identified a lot of pharmaceuticals, so around 24% of all chemicals were pharmaceuticals. We identified food additives, industrial chemicals, and pesticides that accounted for around 5%. We identified around 15% natural or endogenous chemicals. And then we identified 15% chemicals that had no classification in terms of usage. Overall, we identified a lot of cosmetics, plasticizers, surfactants, and metabolites. And these kinds of plots were prepared for each matrix. So it allows us to compare which chemicals mixtures exist across these various matrices. And we hope that results like this in the future may improve chemical risk assessment and may form the basis for new chemical regulations. And in terms of the lessons we have learned, there's a widespread chemical contamination of water, fish, milk, and human blood. And levels can be compared across samples. As you see, cow milk here contains less chemicals than tap water. This is also because our extraction procedure has focused on the more hydrophilic compounds. And then we have learned that pharmaceuticals appear as main real-life exposures, and actually that human serum contains 47% of chemicals observed in wastewater, which we think is a really high number. And based on these data, we'll design mixture experiments that will be tested in the future. And we are planning 2 publications for the next year on this. So thank you for your attention.